I'm Ernie with Best There Is Entertainment, and this is Press Best, where we bring you spoilers, rumors, leaks, and news from the pop culture world. Now, today we're going to talk a little about Disney Plus, and specifically Marvel Disney Plus. I hate that Marvel's on the scope with everything news-wise, but what can you do when they keep just knocking things out? This is going to be for Moon Knight, She-Hulk, and Ms. Marvel. Like before, I've mentioned in other videos, I have a lot going on with She-Hulk. I have a lot of info about the episodes, and I have a lot of info where it's going to go afterwards. But there is conflicting reports about how it may change, and the ending may be switched around due to the idea of how they're going to do World War Hulk. But today we're going to be going over episode title leaks of the shows I've mentioned. So first up, let's start with Kamala Khan's show, Ms. Marvel. So I don't know if it's been announced how many episodes we're going to get per show, but Ms. Marvel is down for 6 episodes. Ms. Marvel's episode 1 is called Kamala Khan Embiggen. Now this should be about her learning about her powers and maybe a little bit of an origin, I'm not sure. But what's interesting is episode 2 is called Locking Jaws. Now if you're familiar with the comic books, you know Lockjaw plays a big part in her life. It kind of makes me believe Lockjaw will make an appearance and hopefully have a big part in the show. Episode 3 we see is called The Woman I Look Up To. Now this has been the big rumors of all the different Captain Marvels that may play a part in the story. Like the rumors reported a while back, it seems like we may be seeing Carol Danvers and Monica Rambeau. But who really knows? This could be any kind of person that she looks up to, but it does make it clear that it's women who she's looking up to. And on episode 4, it's called New Kid on the Block. I'm assuming it's going to be her with the superpowered females, or maybe even other superheroes that she's getting used to being around. Episode 5 is called My Faith, which I assume is going to be her dealing with her Muslim identity and dealing with the fact of being a superhero, if it's going to be the right way to go, or if it's going to be against her religion. And the last episode is episode 6, Only Here to Save the World, which I assume is just going to be her big climactic ending of her being Ms. Marvel and taking down whoever she needs to take down and make it a successful TV show. So I hope that plays off well. I'm really excited for that show. These titles seem to give more away than the others, at least with the Lockjaw hint. Also, I believe we're going to see Photon and Captain Marvel make their debut on Disney Plus in this series. Can't wait. I hope this really does do well because Kamala Khan's a great character. Now I'll move on to the next Disney Plus show that's basically getting a lot of buzz lately because we've been getting a lot of trailers, especially we got it on the Super Bowl, which was a really big deal and everyone's pretty excited for it, and that's Moon Knight. Again, this one shows only 6 episodes will be during the season. I don't know if that's a plan for most Disney Plus shows like they did with Hawkeye, but it seems like that's the way they're going, at least with these ones. Episode 1's called Disassociation, which again, I think a lot of these aren't giving us too many hints like the other Ms. Marvel ones were, but Dissociation, I'm guessing we're going to be dealing with him. I'm guessing we're going to be learning about his different identities and how he deals with it. Episode 2 is going to be called Lost My Temper, which I really don't know what really that could follow. I think Moon Knight's not going to have a lot of secrets jumping out of us, a lot of spoilers, anything like that. Maybe some minor things, but other than that, I don't think it's going to be that big. Episode 3, Above the Law, I believe is when we're going to see Moon Knight actually go out as Moon Knight and actually fight crime. Episode 4 is going to be Blood Moon, and I think this is where we're going to get to finally meet his protagonist and who he's going to fight against. I don't know who it's going to be. There's been rumors of Dracula, all kinds of different things, Blade appearances. I'm not sure, but with the blood in it, it makes me think maybe vampire. I don't know. I could be totally wrong, but I do believe this episode 4, will have the villain of the show. Episode 5 is called Darkest Night, which I believe it's going to be his downfall. It's going to be the part if you're watching a movie where our hero starts to slow down and actually seem like he's losing. So I do believe that episode 5 is going to be him just losing grip and actually looking like he's going to be out for the count. And finally, for episode 6, it's called Spectre, Shake It Up. So my idea for this episode being called Shake Up is dealing with Warren Ellis's run where Moon Knight came out in the suit and just the mask. No more hood, no more padding. The reason why I think this is because I believe that either he's going to have a fallout with Khonshu or he's going to make an agreement with Khonshu. I'm not too positive, but we did see a picture of him in the white suit with the white mask on, and this was again heavily done in the Warren Ellis run. He was a little bit different in that story and not so much jumping back and forth, but really just dealing with Khonshu. In this run, he basically had a lot of confrontations with Khonshu, more of disagreements and arguments and trying to find a balance. So in this episode, I could definitely see him being more in control and also kind of getting on Khonshu's nerves, kind of like he did in the book, and they kind of had a little bit of bickering back and forth. I could take the show in a whole new direction, and I can't wait to see where they would go with that because it's a really, really great run. Finally, we're going to go on and talk about She-Hulk. The difference with She-Hulk is this series is actually 10 episodes long, unlike Ms. Marvel and Moon Knight, who are only 6 episodes long. Now, again, like I said, these are kind of spoilers, but I know a lot with what's going on with She-Hulk that I'm going to report on soon. But a lot of these I might hint at some things that I've already read, and they kind of tie in with what's going on in the story. Episode 1's title is The Rules Don't Apply. I assume this is us going to see her in court just doing some normal court things. I don't know if it's going to end up being anything with like a flashback or anything like that. that, but it could be something setting up with her getting the blood transfusion from Bruce Banner. The title doesn't give me anything to connect the dots with the leaks I've already got. Episode 2 is green with envy. If they're smart, I would believe they'd already change her into She-Hulk pretty quick in the series, so this one's got to be the episode when she at least turns into She-Hulk, or somewhat of a spoiler here that it's going to deal with Titania finding out that Jennifer turned into She-Hulk and she wants to have that kind of power. Now we have episode 3, 1-2 Punch, which I believe would be training with Bruce Banner. They say in most of this is going to be him as Hulk more than him as Mark Ruffalo as Bruce Banner. So I can see in episode 3 we'd get Banner, Hulk, mainly Hulk, training her to be She-Hulk, or maybe training her how to suppress her anger, but somehow we know that she's going to go back and forth, but we know in the comics she always stays as She-Hulk, so I don't know which route they're going to take. Episode 4 is called Stroke of Luck. The best bet for me here is Daredevil will make his appearance. Matt Murdock is Irish Catholic, and it makes a lot of sense to play a little tongue-in-cheek, and we know he's going to play a big part through this series and have a lot of guest spots. Episode 5 is just titled Jennifer. This makes me believe that we might just see flashbacks of what she used to do as an attorney, maybe dealing with still Matt Murdock and showing their history of fighting each other in court, or just times of her serving justice. I don't know why the title would be just Jennifer if we're not going to focus on her just being Jennifer. Episode 6 is Dump Truck. Not to give away too much, I do believe this is when the Wrecking Crew is going to be part of the TV show. And again, in the future, I'll make a video about a lot of the plot points and how this makes sense and lines up with the leaks. But I'm pretty sure I could bet on Dump Truck is going to be dealing with the Wrecking Crew. Now, I know that seems very far-fetched for a She-Hulk story, but trust me, it's going to make sense once I explain it. Now we go on to Demanding Justice. We have to remember that Abomination is going to be in this, but it's going to be mainly Emil Blonsky, who's going to be the one that's in the series. He's going to be rehabilitating a lot of characters that are dealing with things like he did, and they're all oddball ones like Porcupine and Armadillo, but it's kind of nice to see us get those kind of characters in these shows or even these movies. Demanding Justice could also be something dealing with what She-Hulk's going through, because in the story, I don't want to say it yet, but basically she's being used in a way, and I'll explain that later on. Now, as soon as I saw Titanic for episode 8, I could guarantee that's Titania coming, and we're going to probably get them to get their full-out battle finally on. Titania has been hyped up as the villain for a long time. This is not so much of a spoiler since they've announced this, but we knew she was going to be a protagonist in the story. But also do not forget, we're going to have General Ross also as somewhat of a villain I'm hearing in the story. Episode 9 is called No Woman's Sky, and I really don't see too much connection with the leaks that have come out with it. The one thing I could put together is Titania does copyright the name She-Hulk, and there becomes a problem with her getting sued in court for using the name She-Hulk. So that plays a big part, I know, in the story, but again, I don't want to get too much into all the plot points until I got them all figured out, basically. Which leads us to episode 10, where it is called She-Hulks. So within the story, there is something going on with the Hulks. I don't want to give away too much, but basically a lot is going to change for anyone that has Hulk in their name or maybe Hulk's blood. This is the speculation of World War Hulks. There's been two different rumors of how they're going to handle it. One will be a big Avengers type movie where they fight Hulk. I don't see this happening one bit because there's nothing that has been done where the Hulk has to be sent away in a ship or even banished in any way by the Illuminati, especially because we're only going to get a multiverse Illuminati in the Doctor Strange movie, and so far in the MCU timeline there is no Illuminati we found out yet. But there is another reason why it says She-Hulks and why there may be more Hulks getting involved. That's why there's another speculation of what World Hulks really actually means. So that's basically what I have for right now. Just got these titles. I think they're really interesting and could lead us to a lot of different directions. Don't forget, Jim Carrey's supposed to be a mocap character, which has been revealed to be MODOK, they are saying, and he's mainly going to be appearing in She-Hulk from what I am hearing. And like I said, Daredevil will be showing up in multiple shows, but it looks like it's just going to be Moon Knight. Who knows? That could be the Blood Moon episode for all we know. And far as She-Hulk, he could appear in and out because it's about lawyers, court, and She-Hulk ends up hooking up with a lot of guys. So all this makes me very excited. I can't wait to see it. I don't know what you guys think with the titles and my speculation on it, but maybe you guys are speculating and tell me what you guys think. And I promise I'll get to that She-Hulk video where we're going to get down and dirty and talk about all the cool leaks and all the cool things that are going to happen. It's probably next to Moon Knight is probably one of the series that got me most excited because I love to have a little bit of comedy in my superhero movies. Superhero shows and movies can't have any comedy in it. At least that's what I hear. Regardless, I hope it's well and I hope everyone can enjoy it for what it is. And for her to get her due that she's deserved and put in that work over all these years, she's a great character and I cannot wait. To be honest, the shows seem fun, but I just hope they can hold up to the expectations of all of us fans who are thinking that they're going to be just like all the other Disney Plus shows that were done very, very well. That is all I got today, so thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, check out our podcast, check out our challenges, check out everything fun that we do on the page. I really do appreciate everybody's help, and I do notice that we we get lost subscribers, but please make comments, let us know things. Let us know what we're doing wrong, let us know what we're doing right. We don't care, we just want to hear from you. But until then, I'll talk to you guys next time. See ya.